Hello and welcome to the shores of Langstone Harbour, and part of our Red Pole Interreg project we will be looking into some of the endocrine disrupting chemicals that we might find in some of the marine organisms. Where I'm standing and just behind me is the old oyster house in Langstone Harbour, and if I just turn around the other way, just behind me is Bud's Farm sewage treatment plant. And this sewage treatment plant, unfortunately, every time there is heavy rains, discharges its sewage right into this area around me here, which is a special area of conservation, a site of special scientific interest, and an international Ramsar site for the birds that we have coming here to feed over winter. So it's a very important site, and we think it could be getting contaminated because a lot of the sewage that we find coming out over there doesn't just contain fecal matter, it contains lots of other chemicals as well. So it contains all the pharmaceuticals that we take. They don't get fully broken down in us, they don't get fully broken down even when they do go through a sewage treatment plant. The problem we're having over there is it's coming out completely untreated, which means all the little animals below me are getting exposed to those pharmaceuticals. So if we just take a look in our bucket just down here, we have oysters, limpets, some littorinid snails. We have some little shore crabs. So all of these animals are swimming in and eating food that contains the chemicals that are coming out of untreated sewage effluent. And it's not just the pharmaceuticals as well. There's surfactants in there. There's chemicals that come out of plastics. So the city behind me of Portsmouth has been obviously a very long time, but the sewage facilities can no longer cope with the population and the amount of rainfall and wastewater that ends up there. And unless the sewage treatment plant release that untreated sewage out into the bay, it would back up and completely flood people's toilets and various different places back up in the city. So this is really an issue of infrastructure, but without changing that infrastructure, this habitat all around me, protected seagrasses, salt marsh area. Behind me, just over here, is a haul out site for harbour seals and grey seals. They could be accumulating contaminants in their body to levels which may affect their reproduction, affect their immune system, affect their nervous system. And the thing is, we just simply don't know what's in those animals. So part of the experiment that we'll be doing is looking to see what concentrations of chemicals we find in those animals. Are they full of pharmaceuticals? Are they full of industrial chemicals?